said you could do more with the press if you guys had a better understanding. How's that understanding still coming along, and can you add anything in the next, go before non-conference play in that regard?
We did some things yesterday. Actually, did some pretty good things yesterday. Before non-conference, I don't know. I mean, we're going to play Monday and let them go until the 26th, and then spend the rest of the time getting ready for Virginia Tech. So then it kind of comes pretty fast.
With the layoff coming.
It's a hell of a light show.
I'm sorry, shut there.
No, it's all right.
With the layoff coming, you get to heal up some bumps and bruises, but do you worry about losing rhythm when they come back?
I don't worry about rhythm as much as I worry about conditioning. You know, the way we play, you got to be in pretty good physical shape. I'm not worried about having that many days off. But I think a lot of times they come back. I think they're fresher and better. But just the pace that we play takes a lot of conditioning.
So ideally, what would you like to see them do while they're away?
Get in the gym about every day. You know, they get in the gym and shooting, and they got to run. You know, I think what we'll try to emphasize with them tomorrow after the game is just get in the gym and run. Just, run up and down. There's a lot of running in what we do. You know, we don't milk the clock. So it's important that they come back in some. They're not going to come back the way they were, obviously, but they got to come back in some sort of condition. Otherwise, we spend all the time, trying to get them back in shape rather than working on what we're going to work on.
Bob, you're going to practice 26, 27, 28, 29? Not to look ahead, but when you do get back, you said it happens fast. Don't come home at all in that 3-game swing, I believe, right?
Yeah.
How crazy of a trip is it?
Honestly, Mike, I didn't know what to do. We were going to come back. We were going to come back here. And I got convinced by the rest of the crew that it was probably better if we just went right to Manhattan. And I don't know, it's a long time. It's a long time to be gone. But I think the consensus, aside from me, was probably that we could concentrate better and get more done. So I went with the consensus.
Diplomatic, I guess.
No, that's a great way of saying if it doesn't work, it's not my fault.
Right.
Do you know people in that? I mean, obviously Manhattan. Where do you find gym time and things like that?
That's not hard.
No.
There's high schools and places everywhere that just love to have college teams in their place, so that's not hard.
Is it fair to break the season into 3 seasons? Pre-league season, a league season, and a postseason? And how different do things get when you return to January?
I don't know if it's fair, Bob, but I think that's a reality. And I think that's what really happens.
You're testing things, I think, till then.
Yeah, and for the most part, you're playing people to make money. You're buying people in, to generate revenue. That's a bad thing to say, I know, but it's pretty much the truth. And then the conference season is everybody knows everybody so well. There's been a little bit of turnover, but not much. So you know what they're going to run. You know personnel changes obviously, but the generalities of what they do really doesn't change. So I think familiarity is the biggest thing, and then when you get in the postseason, I think it's it's survival.
Intensity changes, I guess.
I think the intensity changes once you get into conferences. Because obviously you're playing, like Louisiana Monroe comes in here and plays us for a paycheck. They had to play 2 games up here for the Las Vegas Classic, and then, they need to pay for the trip, so they call somebody they know. So that whole part of it, I think, is obviously a lot different.
What is Easley giving you now that he wasn't even a month ago?
Who's that?
Ahmad. Sorry.
We just got to get him slowed down. I think he's learning, and he's a great kid, so he listens and he tries. But I think what happens is the frustration sets in. You get in a game where possessions become really important, and you got to have guys that are going to have ball security and take care of the ball and do some things. And I think he's learning. He wants to learn. He wants to get better. He had a great practice yesterday. Yesterday may have been his best practice ever. So I think as we move forward, I think it's different being the best player in the state. He was the best player in the state, or tied for the best player in the state. So things came pretty easy, and then they get hard. It gets hard here. So he's a great kid. He'll learn from it. He'll work through it.
How big of a factor is Terrell Rochelle and what Eastern Kentucky likes to do?
Good 20 a game. That's a bunch. He's really skilled. He's really skilled. He's a hard matchup. Whether he's I'm not sure what he is. Is he a 3? Is he a 4? The guard. I think that's great for Eastern. Because he's going to have to guard guys like that when we get to conference season. So I think that's great preparation.
Bob, even wins and losses, you've kind of found a couple of things to kind of get on your team about. Given the break you have coming up, and then that road game, anything in particular you want to see sewn up before you depart, things change in a hurry?
We're going to stop throwing it around, Mike. We work our butts off. For instance, the last game to create 19 turnovers, and they didn't do anything, and we turned it over 18 times. We've taken being charitable to another level. We just got to stop. We got to stop throwing it around. We make passes when there's nobody really guarding the ball or guarding the guy that we're throwing it to, and we still throw it. I think that's the one glaring thing that we've got to fix. And over the years here, we've been pretty good with it. I think there were years when if we had 10, that was a bunch. And now 10, I'd be happy with 10. I'm actually elated with 10. We've got to do a better job of ball security.